hi to all my children and all my grandchildren. And that's what I wanted to say hi to. So I am going to be making a rotisserie chicken today. It's springtime, and so it's that time of the year where you have to eat light, because in the wintertime we ate all the pastas and we ate all the carbs, and yeah, the bads, our health kind of went for some of us who like to eat. And then you have that little extra wine and hot chocolate and chocolate cakes, and it's time to lighten it up now. So I am going to be making rotisserie chicken, which is kind of similar to the turkey that I was making. And I have a beautiful chicken that I've had been brining for a few hours. And what I brined it with this time was white wine. It could be any kind of white wine, as long as it's a dry white wine. And then I brined it, and then I added some water to it. And I added some, I found this Palm Island, it's a green salt. It's pretty cool. It's a bamboo shade sea salt. So I put some of that in it. I didn't put any sweeteners in it. You could do the sweeteners if you want, but I didn't. You could put some honey in it, and I didn't do that. I wanted it a savory brine. And then I added some onions and bell peppers and some lemons. So before I get started, I am going to wash my hands. So you can do this. You just got to stick your chicken in a bowl like this, and then you just put in like I'd say about a couple of cups of white wine. And like I said, if you want to add some sugar to that, you can. And the purpose of the brine, again, is to make the meat tender and juicy and yummy. And so I'm going to go ahead and discard the brine. So the organic chicken to me is much better than commercial chicken. So I love organic chicken. There's a difference in flavor, and I'm telling you, I emphasize with that, there is a difference in flavor. And even my doctor said don't eat anything that's corn-fed. But I like corn. So that's, well, there's a lot of GMOs in a lot of our corn, and it's a beautiful, sustainable grain, the corn is, and my grandparents lived off of it, like I mentioned earlier in some videos, and they lived off of it, and they fed their animals, but it was non-GMO, it was all organically grown, and it was delicious, and it was just so different than the corn nowadays. So I'm really picky when I go try to get my corn. I try to get it at places that I know that try. And I ask the produce manager, sometimes they don't know. But hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed, they do know. So, what I did was, what you need is you need a bowl. I have these veggies over here because I'm going to be stuffing the chicken with that. So, and of course, your rotisserie chicken belongs in a rotisserie. So this is my rotisserie. Just wanted to bring it out so I could show you. And then these are the spices that I use. I use some of this fire grill citrus blend spice that I found, and it's got little dry tangerines, lemons, thyme, margarine with sea salt, and garlic, and it's got lots of goodies in there, and orange. And then this is 21 seasonings, salute that I found, and it has 21 different herbs, and they're all dried up. And then I have some onion powder, some garlic powder, and some smoked paprika. And I like flavoring up my chicken. And if you just want to use salt and pepper, that's fine too. So you want to go ahead and take about, I'd say about a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Okay? And then you want to take your mixed, all your seasonings, which I have already mixed in here. And this is really easy. A youngster can do this. That's why I'm doing this. And then you want to soften up. Now there's a trick. You can stick this in a microwave for about a couple seconds, and I'm just going to do it the good old-fashioned way with mussel. Here's my knife. There it is. Right there. Okay. Discard the seeds. Just kind of keep your hand over while you're just. And if you want to put some lemon rind in there and make it more lemony, you could do that. And if you're going to do some catering jobs, this would be good. And you can, if you don't have a rotisserie, you can just stick it in the oven. I would use some parchment paper. You can do that. Wash my hands. Okay. I'm going to take a whisk, like so. Just kind of whisk everything together. Okay? Then you're gonna, that's a beautiful chicken. There's no extra fat on that chicken. Kind of, isn't that beautiful? Just kind of. And you can use butter, but this is a low-cal because I need to use a low-cal. Just put the chicken there. Veggies because I'm going to stuff it. So I have carrots, celery, bell pepper, like a mirepoix. And then just kind of slice that. All that's going to be stuffed in the chicken. And these are older carrots. Don't toss them up. You could use them as a stuffing. Toss them out, that is. Okay. Put that in there. I don't know if you can see that. What I'm doing is I am just slicing all the bell peppers, right? I'm going to stick them all in there. Okay. So just kind of mix it up like this. And I may not get everything in there, and that's okay. And like the turkey, remember when I mixed all the, if you're going to put it in the oven, I would mix all the vegetables up like this and cut the chicken in half and then put the inside cavity down over the veggies, okay? Just stuff it. Okay. And it's going to be nice because of that paprika. I'm going to take this out. And then carefully just kind of drizzle this in here. Now each rotisserie has like a tray so it'll catch all the little dribbles. And I love using the dribblings for like a gravy. But if you're watching your weight, it's not going to work. I'm going to get some of this string. You can't just use any old kind of string, so you have to get a, it's called twine. I had to read it because I forgot what it was called. But this is a twine, and you want to use a twine for your, all your cooking twine. And so I'm not a professional trucer, and that means when you truce, and I'm sure you can look it up on one of the YouTubes. And channels. And then I'm just going to tie the legs together, hoping you could see that. Just tie them together. It's nothing fancy. As long as you have some kind of oil on there to keep it from, it seals the moisture at the same time cooking it. So, and this is a good way if you can't have fried chicken. I love rotisserie chicken. I just love it. So, and then what I do is, because I don't want the wings to fly all over the place, I just kind of put a little hut there. Okay. You just want to cut it so you don't have that excess string. Okay. Okay, now it's ready to go. This is an older rotisserie, and it's okay because it still works. And these right here is what you're going to use to take it out. And you really don't need it while you're putting it in, unless you have to take it out for a reason. And you want to make sure that these heating elements back here are what's going to cook your chicken as it goes in circles, as it rotates. And then you want to make sure that the chicken isn't so big that it's going to hit. So this is a good size chicken, so it's not going to hit. So, okay, and then what I'm going to do is, actually, I keep forgetting which side goes in. Just kind of stick that in there. And see how that goes in there? It's really easy. And you just kind of screw it. And that's it. Alright. So I'm going to stick it in there. And then you want to turn it on. I'm going to put it on for about a good hour and a half. And then you just close it. You want to make sure it doesn't hit. I want to make sure that it doesn't hit. Because it's got a belly. It's got a pot belly. I'm going to make some potatoes. And I want to show you how to roast some potatoes real quick, okay? These are going to be the best potatoes. You like to cook, and you want to cook something special for your mom and your dad. This is what you can do. Okay. Or you just want to cook something for your honey. This is great. Okay. So I have washed these. I'm going to go ahead and bring my other chopping board here. So I have thoroughly washed these beautiful potatoes. And I found them, they're purple potatoes. And you know, there's over 200 different potatoes. And I had no idea there were that many potatoes that we had in the world. So there's quite a few variety of papas. And I have some herbs. I have some beautiful rosemary. I have some thyme. I believe that's lemon thyme, not too sure. Yeah, it's lemon thyme. And also going to get some oregano. The oregano. Nice strong potatoes. Papas. So what you do is you're going to parboil these. But what I'm going to do is cut them. Because I want them, I'm going to turn on my oven. First you turn on your oven, preheat your oven at about 425. And then you're going to take a flat sheet pan like this, and then you're going to put a parchment. I'm going to slice these into quarters. You almost don't even want to parboil them. Look at how beautiful they are. So pretty. I really don't know where they came from, but when I saw them, I said, oh, I gotta have them. And I've had them before, and they're so delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then, I'm sure you're not able to see me cut these things. And you want them kind of even on all of them, kind of uniform, as close as possible, because you don't want some to cook and some not to cook. So I want to make sure that those are pretty even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pour some olive oil in there. I'd say about a couple of tablespoons. Get some lemon. Where's my lemon? Just a little bit. I don't want a lot of lemon. I just want a little bit. I think that's good enough. Like a half a squeeze of a half. So it's a quarter of a lemon. And then I'm going to get some of my spices. I'll put a little bit of salt. And I'll have a little bit of garlic. And you could put crushed garlic in there if you want. But I'm using some spices on this one. And some onion, just a little. Those 21 flavors, I want that. And I'm not going to put any paprika on these. You could if you want. But I kind of want to get more of a herby. And if you want to put some oregano leaves, you can put just a little bit because they're very pungent. And you don't want to overpower. You don't want to overpower the rosemary and the thyme. So I have the rosemary and the thyme here. And I would say I got a couple sprigs each. Oh, I got a little flower on there. You know, those are edible as well. So I'm going to put this aside. I just kind of want to